All right guys, if you've watched our video series, in today's video we're going to talk about my gear loadout for the Wonderland Trail. The Wonderland Trail is a 93-mile loop around Mount Rainier in Washington. So we're going to go through my loadout, kind of everything I used, what I probably could have left at home, what are some things you could have used to drop more weight, what were essentials on this trail, just kind of go through everything. And make sure to comment below if you have questions about my gear loadout and what you would change. Let's go ahead and get straight into it. First thing on the list, now this is quite an essential on this trail. Rachel found out the hard way that trekking poles are a huge help when it comes to this trail. There is a huge amount of inclines, huge amount of declines, and as far as protecting your knees and helping pull yourself up when you're going to inclines, trekking poles have been a huge essential. Now I know there's a lot of hard heads out there. I was for a long time about not using them. There's not many people I've seen on this trail did not have a pair. Second thing would be camp shoes. Now these are Crocs, probably weigh over a pound together. If I did this again, I might drop these. I thought we'd have to run into more water crossings, but we honestly didn't. I think one time at Carbon River Camp, the bridge was out, so we did have to cross it and then basically use it to get through the water, and then I was able to put my shoes back on. So camp shoes are not an essential, but it's great when you do get to camp early, especially and you want to let your feet breathe, to have some with you. All right, brought a camp chair, Hill Nuts Chair Zero. This is another one, another pound that could have been left at home using a sit pad. Pretty much every camp we've been to, there was logs there to easily throw a sit pad on, and we could have dropped another pound. If I did this over again, I might not bring it, just because as the more I talk about in this video, the inclines and declines really work your body, and any weight you can cut out on a loop like this would be very beneficial. So let's talk about the front of the pouch. So we did use bug spray. Tons of bugs, tons of mosquitoes was a huge essential on trail. Coffee mug for coffee every morning. For me alone and Rachel alone, we both used a 230-gram fuel canister. Honestly, there's still plenty of fuel in here. Probably could go another 3 or 4 days, and this was on an 8-day trip. Used a Totes 650 milliliter pot, and then also had a BRS stove inside. These together have been great every day for everything we cooked through the day. Poop kit. Now there is privies at each camp. And if you got to go on trail, you know you got to go. I brought a whole roll of toilet paper for the week. I'm only about halfway through it, and we're on day 7 right now. Dude wipes, and then I have my Apex, was it trial? And probably had to use it twice just for emergency stops. So this would be my poop kit. All right, last thing on the front pouch would be a raincoat. I kept it on the outside just to make sure that it was available if I needed it. We have been here 7 days now, have not run into rain yet, knock on wood. Tomorrow's our final day, but we did talk to rangers that said that they can get some nasty storms around here, so I believe it's an essential. So as far as water carry goes, use the CNOC Vecto 2 liter with a Sawyer squeeze. Both of these in this netted bag were clutch for both me and Rachel. She had her own, I had my own, worked great. We both had the smaller 20-ounce smart water bottle and the bigger liter bottle. All of these together were perfect for any water needs we had. For the most part, the entire trail, besides the west side, was always water within a couple miles of each other, so you always had a chance to grab water when you needed it. All right, for the front, I had a shoulder pouch. Was able to slide my phone, keep it in the front, any snacks, any essentials in the pocket on the front. And on the front pockets, I always kept snacks for each day. On this side, had a lighter and also had a Swiss Army knife always ready to go in the bottom of here. Use this every day. On this side, had headlamp in here, keys, had also our C-Tug gear wallets, and keep all that in there. I haven't opened this pouch the entire time we've been here. I have not used my headlamp at all because we go to bed before it gets dark, and we get up after it gets light because there's just such a short night span here. All right guys, so for my pack, this is the 3400 Southwest. This is a full loadout. I was able to do everything for if you're by yourself to do this entire hike in it. This is considered like a 50-liter pack. It weighs at 2 pounds. It's fully Dyneema. Very perfect for this type of trip. So first thing on the inside, always kept the food on the top. At one time, I had 5 days worth of food in here. We're down to the final day now, so it's getting pretty slim. On the outside of my pack liner, just to keep it out of the way, had a Tyvek footprint for our tent, had a Ditty bag. I'll go through that in a minute. Also had a copy of our reservation, had a full map of the Wonderland Trail or Mount Rainier National Park. Did not use it, but if my phone breaks, at least I have a map for navigation. This is all my camera gear. Obviously, you don't need this unless you're filming. A puffy jacket. Had multiple nights on trail where it was pretty cold. Come in clutch to have this also. Extra pair of socks and underwear. Changed these out about midway through the trip. Had a Trekology inflatable pillow. This is great because it lays flat, it's light, it's easy to blow up, and it works perfect for this, not taking up a bunch of room in your pack. All right, so next had the Durston X-Mid Pro 2. This was perfect for me and Rachel to both fit in. We both had 20-inch pads. fit both of us in there perfectly with room. And then I had 6 stakes to go with it using Hilltop Pack stake pack. This tent has been great. We're about to use it for one final night on trail, and for being only a pound, it's super light and convenient. So these have worked together perfectly. My sleeping pad, tried and true old Nemo tensor. This is the regular pad, the insulated. It's been great. We both use this same pad. I know I talked about in a previous video how I like the Sea to Summit Etherlight now, but for the Durston tent, where there's 2 of us, we needed to have narrow pads, so I went back to this one. And also I was just trying to shave weight where I needed to for this trip. Last thing in the main part of the pack, I had a 30-degree Enlightened Equipment Revelation quilt. Rachel carried a 20-degree. For me, this worked perfect. For her, you know, she wanted something a little bit warmer, so the 20-degree worked perfect. And honestly, every night I've been wrapped in this. It took care of keeping us warm, especially when we were at higher elevation. And the very last thing, this is a Scotch-Brite absorbent pad. We've had multiple nights where we ran into really bad condensation inside the tent. Unfortunately, when you're just in areas where there's a lot of water, that's what's going to happen. These have worked really well to make sure that we can clean up the inside of the tent in the morning. That way we don't have to wrap the tent up while it's still soaked because we're getting on trail. All right, guys, this is what's in my Ditty bag. It's a little bit added extra compared to my previous videos where I show in my Ditty bag, but I'm also on trail for 8 days. So this is the pack I'm keeping my contacts in, as far as pair of glasses, solution, contacts. I keep all that together in this pouch. I take that pretty much on every trip. So in here, these are some Hilltop Eco Pack bags. Got earplugs just in case it's loud. I had to use that at one camp because there's a lot of people. Extra lighter, Advil, bug net just in case we need it, and some patches just in case something tears. All right, in here I have toothpaste, toothbrush, deodorant, have some floss, and I also have some Pica Outdoors dried powdered soap, which is good to clean your hands, especially when you've been on trail this long. And here I have a 20,000 milliamp hour battery. I also have a bunch of different cords to be able to charge my Garmin watch, charge my phone, just to have anything prepared just in case I need to charge my headlamp also. All right, sunscreen, because we are exposed a lot, keep it zipped up to make sure it don't bust open. Then Kleenex just in case I need it if my nose gets really runny, and then a first aid kit. That is all of my Ditty bag. That was my gear loadout for the Wonderland Trail. I'll make sure to put the weight below. And if you have any questions, again, make sure to comment below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like it if you did. And hey, if you're new here and if you've watched the whole video series on the Wonderland Trail and this too, and would be a part of we'd love to have you a part of our community. And just hit the subscription button below. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon.